Hopefully you can hear me okay over the music. Start in child's pose, please. Arms extended. Sit back on your heels. Breathe. Breathe into the back of the body. Reach your arms forward, but not so far that you hurt your shoulders. You can bend your elbows a little bit if you need be. If you need to, you can bend them more if you need to. You don't have to sit all the way back to your heels if it's hard on your knees. You know all this. Just breathe. Expand the back and the belly. Separate your knees a little bit to make room for the belly. Come up to hands and knees. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Do some cat-cow, arching downward and inward and rounding up like a Halloween cat. If you want to work with the breath, it's an inhale when your belly goes down and your chest is open in the front. And it's an exhale when you close the front of the body. Your belly goes down, don't lift your head up real high, compressing the back of your neck, just look a little bit forward. When your back goes up, you can tuck your chin a little bit. Try not to move your shoulders up though. Just let them hang out. Keep moving a little bit longer. Cat-cow is a great warm-up. Somebody told me, a physical therapist told them that, showed them that one, and she said that, he or she said that was one of the best movements you can do for your back and your spine. I do it, as you may have seen, as part of my warm-up before class. Come back to hands and knees, neutral spine, right arm forward, left leg back. Try to make them both parallel to the mat. Try not to lift your left heel higher than your buttock. So you shouldn't feel it more in the low back. You should feel it in the whole back as much as you can, but not unless you have low back pain and you feel everything in the low back, which is definitely a possibility, something that I've gone through, as you all know. Hold it. Right arm, left leg. Find your focus point. Don't be rocking side to side. Lower your arm and leg and shift your hands a little bit. Lift back up slowly. Find your balance point. And lower your arm and your leg, and right leg, left arm, reaching. The music should cut out or reduce when I speak. If that's happening, that's expected. Cat balancing, great way to strengthen the whole back of the body. If your back is weak, you don't have to do extreme things. You can do this. The longer you hold it, the more you strengthen. And lower your arm and leg down. Move your hands a little forward so they're not directly under your shoulders a little bit. Draw your toes under. Push back to downward dog with your knees slightly bent. Adjust your feet, hip width or more if you want to for your back. Bend your knees more if you want to for your back. Alternate one heel, right heel to the mat, bend your left knee. And left heel to the mat, bend your right knee. Slowly, mindfully feeling it, not just doing it. Alternate sides. Both heels to the mat, stretch back. Extend. Don't arch your back. Don't challenge your shoulders. Up onto the balls of your feet or your toes, and then sink your heels back down. Lift up again. Sink your heels. One more time, lift up. Sink your heels down. I'm going to change sides. You stay in dog. I'm going to change so you can see me. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee. Bring the heel to the butt. Lift your knee out to the side and up. Lift your right hip up. Try to keep your left elbow from bending. Hold it. And lower your knee. Lunge that right foot forward. If you need to, go down to hands and knees and step your right foot forward. So your knee is over your heel, and then lift the left knee up again. You can have your hands on blocks, 2 blocks. Lift your chest. Hold it. Left hand down, right hand up, revolve to side angle. Remember, we don't push back with our arm. And pulling on the shoulder, you're rotating your whole torso. Your left hip drops down a little bit. Lower your hand. Step your right foot back and up into the air, 3-legged dog. Then lower your right foot down. Come to hands and knees and rest in child's pose. Be aware that we're going to be doing more dogs, downward dogs, upward dogs as well. We're going to be doing some sun salutation stuff. So if you want extra padding, you could fold up the end of your mat now. Have your palms there, and when you do a lunge, you can always move your hands back a little bit. Come back up to hands and knees. Hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under, push back to downward dog. Lift your left leg up. Bring the heel to the butt, lift your knee out to the side and up. Try not to bend your right elbow. Hold it. Bring your knee back down and lunge that left leg forward so that your heel is under your knee, your shin bone is straight up and down, right knee is off the mat. Ultimately, if you need to, you can lower that right knee down. Just hold the lunge. Be up on your fingertips or on blocks. Lift your chest. Look straight forward or angle a little bit. Don't lift your head up too much. Right hand down, left hand up. Revolved side angle. Lower your hand, left leg back up into the air, 3-legged dog. Downward dog, child's pose. More extended. And hold it. We're going to start, as we always do with sun salutations, doing some gentle modified versions. And those modified versions, if today your arms aren't feeling very strong or your wrists are feeling put upon and even the padding doesn't help, continue to do the modified version. You can do that with us. The flow is about the same, the breath is the same. You just do that and you end up standing at about the same time that we do. So come back up to hands and knees. Push back to downward dog. And walk or jump to a forward bend. Take your arms forward as you bend your knees and come up to chair pose. Your arms can be out, cactus arms it's called, or straight forward, or parallel to the floor, or out to the side, or hands on your hips. Come all the way up. Crescent moon to the right. Keep your hips over your heels, or you can shift your hips to the left. Come back up. Crescent moon to the left. Come slowly back up. Arms out to the side, flat back. You swan dive without lifting your fingers up into the air after you're halfway down. And then lower your arms and hold your shin. You can hold just below the knees, or you can hold closer to the ankles. Knees are soft, they're not locked straight, they're slightly bent, very slightly. And flatten your back, lift your chest forward. This is a version of monkey. Let yourself hang down. Again, take your arms out to the side till they're parallel, not lifted up. Flatten your back. Use your abs and come all the way up. Put your palms together. Do a forward bend that way. That will help prevent you from lifting your arms up and straining your shoulders if you have a tendency of doing that. Again, hold your ankles or your shins, or you can put your fingers on the mat and bend your knees a little bit, flatten your back. Monkey. If you need to be careful of shoulders, or if you find that you pull on your shoulders a lot, lifting your arms up too high, always do the hands in namaste forward bend, no matter what I cue for. You always do it that way for yourself. As you start to come up, take your arms out to the side and all the way up. Palms together. Okay, we're going to do some modified versions of sun salutations with the knees down. These are the ones that you can continue to do if that's your preference. If you have issues that you don't want to hurt yourself more. Inhale, arms up. However you're doing the swan dive, forward bend. Fingers on the mat, knees bent. Inhale, lift your chest a little bit. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. See where my left knee is? It's right over the heel. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale back up to hands and knees. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Right foot goes back first time, then it comes forward at the end. Knee over heel. Inhale, lift the left knee off the mat. That's a separate movement. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift a little bit, monkey, bend your knees. Exhale, left foot back, knee down, way back there, knee down, right knee over heel. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Move with your breath. That's why I'm moving slowly. Move with your breath. Inhale your way back up to hands and knees. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, step to forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Let's do that again. Forward bend. Monkey, one movement, one breath. This is an inhale. Next movement's an exhale. Right foot back, knee down. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, left knee up. Watch that right knee. It doesn't point forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale up. One more time, left side. Forward bend. Monkey. Left foot back, knee down. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Inhaling as you lift. Exhaling as your left leg comes forward. Finish the exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, right knee lifts. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, namaste. Now just watch this for a moment. I go over this each time, but we may be having some new people joining us, so I'm not sure how much experience they have. So I'll be doing a little bit more cueing for a while. When you go back to plank pose, which is coming up, it's a straight line. Don't let your low back sag down. If you need to, keep your butt up a little higher. I just tend to do that because of my history of low back pain. And I don't have it anymore most of the time. Or you can lower your knees down, but see, my knees aren't under my hips. So I'm still getting some pressure on my arms. And then if your knees are down, or even if they're not, you can put them down to just bend your elbows a little bit if your arms aren't strong. Instead of going all the way down to chaturanga, not touching the mat, and then lowering down and come up top dog, you can do it from your knees. Bend a little bit. Keep your knees down and come to up dog. And then you kind of curl your toes under, go back through your knees to down dog. And the lunging forward we don't do we might try one at the end. In the full sun salutation, we jump or walk forward. If you do lunge forward, if you can get your foot all the way up there, or you can pull it up with your hand, however works, or you can lower quickly to your knees, step the right or left foot forward into the lunge and lift the knee back up, just like we were kind of doing in the gentle version. Okay, we're gonna do both sides, alternating sides. I call it both sides, whichever foot steps back. And then we'll do some coming up to standing poses from sun salutations, from the lunge. So first time, 2 times through both sides, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, monkey. Remember, you can always do the other version. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale, plank or hands and knees, depending what you're doing. Exhale, chaturanga or knees down. Just bend your elbows a little bit. Inhale, up dog. You stay down if you need. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, walker, jump forward to monkey, so you're a little bit lifted. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, up. You can start adding a little back bend there if you want. Exhale, swan dive. Monkey. Left foot back. Lunge. Plank. Knees down if you want. Bend your elbows a little bit, but don't let your belly hit the mat first. Don't kind of like work your way down. Stay up and put your knees down, and then bend your elbows if you want. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Do it one more time, both sides. Forward bend. Monkey. Right foot back. And you can just go straight back to downward dog, moving your left foot back, and just wait for us there if you want. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Walker jump to monkey. Forward bend. Inhale up. One more time. Forward bend. Monkey. Left foot back. And meet us back in downward dog, however you want to go to get there. Monkey. Forward bend. Inhale up. Then exhale. Namaste. Just stand in mountain for a moment. Palms turned out, arms by your side. You're standing still facing the short edge of the mat. Like this, more or less. Feel the mat. Feel the lengthening of your body. Opening of the heart. Don't overarch, don't over pull your shoulders back. Just pull your whole head back, like trying to get your ears over your shoulders so your neck isn't sticking forward if you can. Now we're going to stop in the step back lunge and come up and do some poses. As always, we start with the right foot going back. So, inhale, arms up, however you do the forward bend. Monkey, right foot back, exhale. Turn your foot, lower your right heel, reach your right arm up, pull yourself up to warrior two. Adjust your feet if you need to. Hold the pose. Lift up, reach your arms. Hold it. Inhale, reverse warrior just for a second. And exhale down to the lunge. And meet you back in downward dog. Walk or jump to monkey. Forward bend. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, monkey, lift your chest a little bit. Exhale, left foot back. Lower your heel, lift your left arm up, pull yourself up to warrior two. Just make sure your shin is straight up and down or back a little bit, certainly not pointing forward. Shoulders over your hips. Lift your sternum. Gee, time flies when we're doing sun salutations. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm up. Exhale, back down to the lunge. Meet you back in downward dog. Monkey. Forward bend. Reverse swan dive, inhale up. Forward bend. Monkey. Right foot back. Lower your heel, right hand up, pull yourself up to warrior two. And exhale into triangle. Hold it. Like you're standing in a hallway. Don't let yourself go forward. Try to go straight sideways, nice straight back. Inhale up, reverse warrior again. Exhale down to the lunge. I'll meet you back in downward dog. Monkey. Forward bend. Inhale up. Forward bend. Last one. Monkey. Left foot back. Oh, well, left foot back. Lunge. Lower your left heel. Come up to warrior two. And triangle. Hold it. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lunge. This time, we'll meet back in downward dog. Stay there. Whoops. Lower to your knees. Rest in child's pose. Your arms can be by your side, or you can be extended. Child's pose, reaching your arms overhead. Come up to hands and knees. Knees under hips. Wrists under shoulders. Reach your right arm underneath your left. And come all the way down. Rest the right side of your head, either on your left hand or on the mat. Keep your left elbow bent. If your hips tend to go back, you might want to move your knees back a little bit, or you can let your hips go back. It's okay. Thread the needle, hold the pose. You need to be sure to stretch backs, upper back, and arms after doing planks or modified planks. Either way. Triceps. Now reach your left arm forward like you're making an L with your arms. I hope you can see me. You don't have to do this. You can keep your left elbow bent. You can keep your head on your side of your cheek on your left hand. You can also use a block underneath your head. If this is hard on the shoulder, to have your head on the floor and your shoulder kind of crunched, you can put a block underneath your head to keep it lifted a little bit. Bring your left hand back, elbow bent, push against the floor as you bring your arm back to hands and knees. Reach your left arm underneath your right. And let your cheek rest on your right hand or on the mat or on a block. Feel the stretch, hold the pose. And if you want, reach your right arm toward the floor above your head. Let it rest on the floor. Or any variation of that. Or keep the right arm bent. Hand by your side, by your face. Bring your right arm back, push against the floor to help you lift back up. Hands and knees, and sit back again in child's pose. You can have it extended, partially extended, or arms by your side. Hold it. According to the sound indicator, I'm talking pretty loudly. But we tested this, and I did need to still keep my voice a little louder. This is a normal tone. I'll find out later how it sounded. Generally, it's not loud enough. Okay, come back up. Seated. Cross-legged, left leg in front, or left leg crossed, right leg straight forward. If it's hard on your right knee or your hips, be sure you're sitting on a blanket if you have knee or hip issues or back issues, or 2 blankets. You sure you know? You can always put a block or a folded up blanket to make it as high as the block underneath the side that may be challenged, the hip or the knee. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lean forward, reach forward with a flat back, and then round down. Hold the stretch. Since I have found that I count faster than 1 count per second, it's usually better if I use the stopwatch. Although, probably if I'm doing something hard, I count faster. If I'm doing something easy, I might count slower. Inhale your way slowly back up. And carefully twist left without leaning either to the left or to the back. Notice both buttocks should be equally down on the mat. Lift your sternum, lengthen your spine, but don't overarch your low back. Look over the back shoulder if it works for you and hold it. I just happened to think of Terry. Sun salutations. I don't think we had done them when he first started joining us in the regular Hatha class. And he said he wanted to get his money's worth. I think I almost had to protect him all the way to his car, because I certainly kicked it up a notch after he said that. And I hear people have run into them and they are doing well. I'm going to send them an invitation again, see if we can get them to join our Zoom classes, even if they can't talk, which is what I miss, our interactions, but it just eats up the bandwidth and the camera keeps switching all over the place, so it's just better. Not better, but the only way. And untwist. Right leg crossed in front, or right leg crossed with support maybe underneath the knee, left leg straight forward. If you can't bend the left knee this much, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, reach forward and down and stretch, and hold the stretch. I'm going to freeze for a moment. Not freeze like burr, but oh, it's not a touch screen. I keep forgetting it's not a touch screen. It's not even a click screen. There we are. Since I can't hear when you join anymore, I have to check. Slowly back up, twist to the right, hold the pose again, look over the back shoulder. If it's okay with you, you can always have the hand behind you on a block or a blanket. If you have long torso and short arms, you might need to do that so you don't lean back. That's what these are for. Iyengar, Mr. Iyengar knew that all of our bodies are different, not just in our flexibility and our strength, but in our proportions, the way we're built. So he created these props. It was Iyengar, Mr. Iyengar, that did it, so that we could all do the poses comfortably and with good, safe alignment, which is what they're for. You can actually do more when we use our props. And come slowly back to center. Lie on your back. 3, 6. Lie on your back and let's do recline pigeon just because it's always good. Crush your right ankle, knees are bent. Crush your right ankle on your left thigh. Lift your left leg up and hold it. Your shoulders relaxed. Hold the pose. It's a good one if you have sciatic pain. My son, the massage therapist, at least when he was in Pennsylvania, that was his career. Used to teach this to his patients. They were in a chiropractic. He worked as a massage therapist in a chiropractic office. That way they could get it all through insurance if need be. And that was one of the things he taught people who had sciatic pain, because that muscle gets tight and that stretches it and opens it up. There are quite a few things you can do for sciatic pain. And sometimes we don't know it's sciatic. We think our hip is out or it's just low back issues. And it can be the SI joint. If it slips, it can pinch that nerve, or it can just be the SI joint without pinching that nerve. There are lots of causes of tight hamstrings are a big cause of low back pain. And we never think of that. This one, recline pigeon, is good. It stretches hamstrings too. Okay, release. Change sides. Cross your left ankle on your right thigh. Lift your right leg up. You can hold over the shin or behind on the hamstring. If you're really tight today, you can just cross it. Just put a little bit of pressure on the left leg to get the stretch in here. You can always put a strap around if it's hard to hold. Again, you know, most of these we've done this, we do this pose a lot because it is such a beneficial pose. Gentle class today is going to be a little bit of shoulder neck things, which we don't do enough of, some stretching, some working out some tightness, and then leg stretches. So even if you don't stay for core, you can come back in 30 minutes and join us for gentle. 30 minutes after this is over, because core takes 30 minutes. Very tempted to change the music for core, but I'm not going to, because I'm not sure how loud it would be or anything until I have more control. Okay, release. And just lie there on your back for a minute. Arms by your side, palms up. In a minute is about all you have. Even if you're not staying for core, take time to relax. And if the camera is kind of fuzzy, I can't tell because I I see myself on a laptop, and depending on the angle of a laptop with its whatever it's called screen, it's hardly ever clear. Unless you're exactly perfect. Okay, core. Starting on your back. Hands under your buttocks is usually a good idea for this, even though we're going to alternate legs. Lift your right leg slowly up with a pointed toe. Flex your foot and lower it slowly back down. Push your back down toward the mat, low back, and tighten your abs. Point the left toe slowly up. Flex your foot, keep the leg straight, slowly back down. Now, if you can't keep your back pushed down and your back feels put upon doing this, do it with knees slightly bent, just like mine. Not bent a lot. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Keep moving slowly, working the low abs. People have a tendency to, there are a lot of ways to work the low abs, but unless you have worked in yoga or core class, or you work with a personal trainer, you only know a few ways to strengthen your low abs. And generally, they won't be aware of or protect their low back. So they end up hurting their back, and then they quit because strengthening the core hurts their back. And it's not strengthening the core that's hurting their back, it's doing incorrect movements or not knowing other ways to do low ab strengthening. So it's really important to pay attention to the cues that you get in a class and do what's right for you. After you have finished the left leg, so if you're on the right leg, finish that and then do the left. If you're on the left, just finish it and hug both knees in and rock side to side. This massages your back a little bit, stretches it a little bit in case it was straining. And we're going to do another one. With this one, you can keep your head lifted if you want. You can even put one hand behind your head and then alternate the other hand behind and then the other hand behind. Or you can lower your head all the way back down in between. I'm going to do it all ways. But the first time I go through it, I'm going to lower my head back down. Your legs are straight. Your arms are, I don't know. You can have them just beside you, or fingers behind your head. We're going to do it without the fingers behind the head first. So the arms can be beside. And as you lift your leg up, lift up, give it a little bit of a stretch. And then lower your leg all the way down and your head. Left leg up, give it a little stretch, lower down. Alternately, your legs can stay lifted, your head can stay lifted, and you can just alternate side to side. This is the traditional way to do it. If you find that this starts to challenge your neck, you can use the one hand on the leg and put the other hand behind your head. Keeping your head lifted is as good as putting your hands under your buttocks. Don't touch the mat if you're doing it this way with your leg. Keeping your head and your shoulders lifted rounds the back down, so you should feel it always having contact with the mat this way. One more time right, one more time left. Lower down, hug both knees in, and rock side to side. Still low abs. You put your hands under your buttocks again if you want for this. Cross your left leg is straight. Cross your right ankle over your left leg. You need to be sure to keep your low back down, so hands under your buttocks helps you to do that. And try to not lift the right leg up. Try to just let it rest crossed above the knee on the left leg. And slowly lift the left leg up. Keep the right leg relaxed. It's going to add some extra weight. Slowly lower back down. Again, you can do it with your left knee slightly bent. Move slowly, this speed, slowly lift. Slowly lower. Back push down. Keep going. Again, you can do it with your left knee slightly bent, which will also help to keep your back down. Low abs. Think about it, the slower you go, the less you have to do, because I'm timing it. And as we all know, when you move really slowly, it's harder. You work your muscles a lot more. You're going to get a lot more out of it if you move slowly. If you move too fast, you can also damage something because you swing your leg beyond where it really can go right now, today. Okay, next time, lower it down, change sides. Right leg straight, left leg crossed above the knee. And slowly lift. And slowly lower, hands under your buttocks. And your knee can be a little bit lifted. You can even put your foot, if it hurts for the leg to be out to the side because of knee or hip problem, you can even just put your foot gently, not pushing, above your knee on your thigh. Never on the shin or the calf. Lift and lower. Shin or calf. That'd be hard to do it on the calf. Possible though. Last year, my kayaking group went out, and I can't remember. I should be able to remember. I can't remember if it was Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve or Christmas Day or New Year's Day. I'll have to look and see because I shared it on Facebook, a picture of us all. But it looks like the weather continuing like it is, that we'll be able to do it again. We had our wetsuits on and things because the water was probably cold. So you really need the right kind of equipment. But other than that, it was wonderful. And we went to a friend's house and he had all these gongs and it was wonderful too. Okay, lower down, hug both knees in towards your chest, rock a little bit side to side, just a little rock, just to massage your back. Okay, lower your feet to the mat. Let's do some upper abs. You need to focus on the abs right below the ribs, above the navel. You need to intentionally pull them in and try to keep them active as much as you can. Interlace your fingers, point your index finger, and tuck your chin and just roll up to where your fingertips are just starting to go between your knees. And only as far as you can. And once you're as far as you can reach without sitting up, you're not going to sit up. You're going to pump a little bit further here. It's a little movement, and you only release back to where you start from. So a little pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. And rest for a moment. We're going to do 2 more of those. Those are really good for the upper abs. I'm telling my upper abs that it's good for you. It's good for you. You don't like it, but it's good for you. Hey, listen, you have to say good things to yourself. Don't ever say bad things to yourself. Interlace your fingers. Point your index finger again. Reach with your arms as far as you can, and then try to reach just a tiny bit further. 1, 2, 3. See how much I'm releasing? Not very much. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably looks like I'm not moving at all, but I am. Like maybe 1/4 of an inch, because I'm already reaching as far as I can, right? So to reach beyond that, it's just working the muscles. You don't really move very much. You don't release back, you just release to where you started from. So the movement is not very big. But we're getting big results, or little results, or good results. And release your fingers, lift, and again pump. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release, and hug your knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. Excuse me, legs up. Let your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. My arms are straight and they reach about to just below my knees on my shins. My knees are slightly bent. Slide your hands up as you tuck your chin and you lift. You'll move your legs and come back down. 2, slowly round up and all the way down. Take a second, relax. 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees bent, feet on the mat. Another upper ab. Twist, working the side muscles a little bit, the waist muscles, fingers behind your head, knees bent, feet on the mat. Reach your left arm forward and just a little bit to the outside of your right knee, and come all the way back and rest for a second. And then right arm reaching just to the outside of the left knee and back. And keep going, alternating sides, moving slowly. If you get a chance, let me know how the music worked for y'all, if you could hear it at all, because it's really down low as far as the computer is concerned, which is why I can't hear it, nor can I hear you when you join or when you leave, or if you were had your microphone on. But I tested it, we tested it, to try to not have it too loud. Okay, release. Over onto your side. And these are all parts, these side ones are also part of traditional Pilates. It works these side muscles and the hips and the side muscles of the back and the glutes. And these are all important parts of the center of your body to keep the back and the abs strong and safe. Bring your legs a little bit forward. Bring them all the way. See, just a little bit. Turn your top foot so your toes are pointing up. And lift it slowly up. You can lift it pretty high when it's rotated this way because it rotates the hip. My thigh is facing me, it's not facing forward. Point your toes and lower slowly back down. Flex your foot, bring it slowly up. And you do tend to lean back a little bit with this, and that's okay. Point your toes and slowly down and keep going. And lower that leg down. Bend your bottom knee a little bit for balance. Top leg is straight down on the mat. Bring the knee in towards your chest and straighten it back out parallel to the mat. Don't lower it down. 2, pull it in with your ab muscles. Really try to lift it up and back and keep moving. Now put the top foot behind the bottom leg, knee bent. Straighten the bottom leg out. The bottom leg's just a little bit forward. It's kind of hard to have it straight when that foot's behind it, right? You're gonna do 10 lifts with the toe pointing down. So you're rotating your hip down so you work this inner thigh more. And then you're gonna point your toes and do 10 bends. Right now your foot is flexed, the toes are lower than the heel. And lift and touch your toes. It's not a big lift. 2, touch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it lifted and point your toes and bring the knee up to the chest. 1, 2, 3, working different part of the abs. 4, 5. Then when we do the side leg lifts, which we'll do with this leg next. 7, 8, 9, 10. Change sides. Legs stacked. And just a little angled a little bit forward from the hips. Flex your top foot, point your toes up toward the ceiling. Slowly lift. Point your toes slowly back down. And keep your abs active. Flex and lift. point and lower. And keep moving. Looks like we're going to get rain, but I didn't see rain in the forecast. But then forecast. Didn't see it in the forecast either. So either one. Okay, bend the bottom knee a little bit for balance. Top leg is out. Point your toes. Bring the knee up to your chest. Straighten it out. 2. No, I don't think we did counts with this one. Keep going. And release. Remember, did we do? I don't think we did. Put the top leg behind the bottom leg. Bottom leg is turned so the toes point down, the foot is flexed. The heel is higher than the toes. Try to keep the leg straight. Lift the whole leg a little bit. 1, touch, 2, touch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Point your toes, knee to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come over onto your hands and knees. Do some cat-cow. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Arching round carefully. Loosening up the back in case it's tightened up. Also does a gentle strengthen for the back and the abs. Come back to a neutral spine. This is a 2-part movement. You're going to be on your wrist, one wrist at a time. So you may want to put some padding under your wrist. You can do it down on your forearms and just skip one part, just do some knee coming in, that kind of stuff if you want. You're going to bring your right knee in, elbow to left elbow to knee. You're going to straighten them out. You're going to keep the leg lifted as you reach your hand back and tap your foot. Straighten them out and lower down. Left knee in, right elbow to knee. Straighten them out. Tap your foot. Straighten them back out. And lower down. Keep moving. Alternating sides. Oops, just knee in. Out. Tap. Out. Down. Knee to elbow, out, tap, out, and down. And keep going. This works your back and your abs. And a little bit upper back. After you finish your second side, and lower down and sit back toward your heels and stretch your back, child's pose. And come forward onto your belly. Stack your hands. We're going to do this a number of ways if we have time. And again, you keep this lift low, no matter how high you can actually go. Lift your arms, lift your chest, head is stuck to your hands, and lift your legs. Just curve up a little bit and go back down. Don't lift up way high. You don't want it to be only low back. You want to feel it in the whole back. So keep it low as you can, and still lift. Okay, lower down, put your arms out to the side, elbows bent. Now, we have to trust each other to do it right. You don't pull up with your elbows. You don't pull on your shoulders to get yourself up. You lift everything at the same time. So lift your arms, lift your chest, lift your legs, and lower slowly back down. Again, the elbows don't pull you up. Keep them even. This is just to add a little extra weight to make it a little bit harder to work your back a little bit more. So again, don't lift up high, and don't let your elbows go behind your shoulders. Take them off the mat. Take your forehead off the mat. Take your chest off the mat, and your legs, keeping your legs nice and straight. So you're lifting from the back. If you bend your legs, you're lifting from the hamstrings. It's the last one. I know you're sad about that. Not the last lift, the last exercise. Got a couple more lifts to go. Okay, you're done. Lower down, sit back on your heels, stretch your back a little bit. And then come up to seated, whatever's comfortable for you, on a blanket if you're gonna, we'll be here for a little bit, so I would be on a blanket. I am on a blanket. Oh, imagine that. I'm gonna do a little bit for the neck, the shoulders, maybe the hands, and then we'll do some leg stretching, back stretching. So, nice, it is raining, nice and relaxed. Tilt your head to the right, without letting your left shoulder lift, without letting your right shoulder lift. Staying as straight as you can feel yourself being without turning and looking to the right. You're still looking straight ahead, you're just tilting like your ear toward your shoulder. Don't lift your shoulder, try not to tilt your body. Feel the stretch in the side of the left neck. Left side of the neck, or the side of the left neck. We may have a left neck and a right neck. In my case, I think we do. Hold the stretch. The rain threw me. I'll blame it on the rain. One way to do it is you can sit on your hands, and that will help prevent you from lifting your shoulder if you tend to do that. It doesn't hurt anything, you just don't get as good a stretch. Head slowly back up to neutral and tilt your head to the left. One side should generally, for most of us, feel different from the other. One side likes it more, one side likes it less. Try not to tuck your chin. The stretch. Stretches the top of the shoulder as well. Hold it. Slowly back up. Now turn your head without turning your torso. Be aware of it. Turn your head to the right. Move slowly into it. Once your head is turned to the right as far as you can, gently, just little movements up and down, loosening up the neck, stretching. Keep moving. These are easy to remember. And if you work at a desk, your shoulders get tired, your neck gets tired, it can be anywhere from the middle of the upper back to the neck to the shoulders. And we tend to just kind of circle our head around, and that just doesn't do it. It's not really. Do some of these. Hold the stretch. Time yourself. Come back to center. Turn your head over to the left. Once you get it turned without your chin tucking down, try to keep the bottom of your chin parallel to the floor. And then nod your head just gently, just up and down, just a little, especially the up part. It doesn't go very far. Keep moving. And again, as we go through these shoulder, neck, upper back stretches and movements, all of these are beneficial if you tend to have back pain or tightness in your neck, particularly your neck and your shoulders, because one of the reasons we don't tend to be able to work out the tightness in our neck is because we're focusing only on our neck. And it could be the neck. Look at a diagram of the neck muscles. They go all the way down to the shoulder blades. It could be anywhere in there that's tight. Okay, release, come back to neutral. Tuck your chin and make your back nice and long and straight. Tuck your chin with your chin tucked. Turn your head just gently side to side as if you're saying no to the mat, so you don't lift your head up. Your chin stays tucked, like you're taking it in a line across the front of your shoulder blade or your collarbones. Keep moving, working out the back of the neck a little bit. Try to stay straight. We will start to slump as we get tired. Try to stay straight. You can always change which legs crossed, or if you're not sitting that way, you can sit with your legs straight forward, whatever works. Now come back to chin tucked center. Check yourself again. Your back is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, your chin is tucked. And then lift your chin up and lift it a little bit up past neutral and press your shoulders down and keep your neck long. Don't let the back of the neck compress, so don't let your head fall back. And then tuck it down again, nice and straight. Feel the stretch. Lift up, and this time Jut your chin a little bit. Keep your neck long, shoulders down. Keep moving slowly. Feel it. And back up to neutral. Now we're going to circle our head 2 different ways. So if you don't feel it's different when we do it the second way, you're probably already doing it that way. This way is different from what you may normally do. Tilt your head to the right. Don't turn your head to the right. You're still facing forward. Tilt it to the right. Let it slide to the back so your nose is in the air a little bit. Tilt it to the left. Your nose just comes down, but it's still straight forward. You're not turning your head. And tuck your chin. Roll it up to your right ear is towards your right shoulder. Roll it to the back and over, left ear toward left shoulder. Try not to move your torso. Tuck down. 3 more times. When you tuck down, your back may round a little bit. That's okay. Even leaning a little bit with your torso is okay. It's hard to not. 2 more times in this direction. Do it slowly, mindfully. Try not to turn your head. Basically, what's happening is your nose is just going up, down, center. It's not turning. It just lifts up, and then it lifts down. This time your chin is tucked down. Go the other way around. Left ear to left shoulder, and up. Right ear to right shoulder. Try not to turn your head again. It's hard, but do the best you can. Tilt your head. It's like you're drawing a big circle with the top of your head. It's nothing to do with turning your head. This is 3. Slowly. Boy, I can feel it. I must have picked my easier direction first. This is 4. Last one. 5. Noise. And lift up to neutral. Roll your shoulders. Roll them the other way. Take your right hand across your body and put your right fingers behind your left shoulder and above your right elbow with your left hand, and push it a little bit just to stretch. Don't try not to let the shoulder come up. Try to keep the right shoulder relaxed and just stretch along the outer arm and the back of the right shoulder. Hold it. Don't go to extremes. Change sides. Release. Arms out, elbows bent, elbows shoulder height. Rotate palms down, keeping your elbows up. Don't let them come down or go back. Straight out. Back up. 2. And back. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. Do this gently if you have shoulder issues or not at all. 9, 10. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palm out, elbow shoulder height. Press out and stretch between your shoulder blades and then bring it back. Elbows about shoulder height all the time. Stretch, reach, stretch between your shoulder blades. Let your back round, especially the top part of your back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower your arms. Okay, let's do some leg stuff. Right leg straight forward, left foot touching your right inner thigh. Again, props under that bent knee, if need be, for the hip, for the knee, for the back. You'll find it makes a big difference. And that way you can relax it. You don't have to hold it up. Get a pillow, bed pillow or 2. Stretch over your right leg and hold it. I keep wanting to touch the screen. We went to Table Mesa yesterday for my older son's birthday. Neither of my sons had been there. I can't believe that. But they hadn't, and Stephen met us as well, my younger son. He managed to get there before us, and we kind of scheduled it later so he could, but he didn't, only got there maybe 3 minutes before us. But they loved it, needless to say. Has anybody not loved Table Mesa? Now, take your right leg, ouch. Oh, there goes my knee, out to the right. And stretch over your left foot and hold it. We all got something different. Got a tri-leche something cake kind of thing. I don't know, the kids know all about it. Their stepmom makes it. I'll have to ask her for her recipe. She's made it. So they knew it, and we got just one. I let Adam pick the dessert, my oldest son. He picked that. And we all got our own spoons, because you really do need to eat it with a spoon. David was very good. He had one taste. I had more than one. I had more than 2. But it was a huge piece. They knew we were going to share it, so they may have given us a bigger piece for that reason. But our meals were huge. All 4 of us ate about half of our meal and brought it home. I mean, and it was so good. It's always so good. Come back up. Lean to the right, stretch. This isn't about touching your toes. It's about going sideways without bringing your left arm in front of your face. If that hurts your shoulder, just touch your shoulder. Don't reach the arm as far. Still lean into it. You can put one hand underneath. Lean into it and hold the stretch. Good service. The tables are set a good distance from each other. My younger Stephen said he hopes they stay this way and they don't go back to the old way, because it really is nice. You don't back up your chair and run into the person in the table behind you. You know, it's space. You can walk without having to walk sideways. Service was great. Everything was great. Yum. I have half my, I got one of the bowls, a Moe, M-O-E bowl. I should have got it with salmon, because I don't get salmon that often, but I got it with chicken. Everybody, we all got totally different things. It was all good. Come slowly back up. Lean to the left, pull your right heel in, knee away. You can shift that left leg if you need to. Stretch. You can use a strap around your right ankle or the top of the foot if you can't compress your knee that much. But you do need to stretch the front of that thigh, that quadricep. That's really important, especially as we get older, especially if you did the core, lifting the legs, these muscles. We don't want them to be tight and limit our range of motion. This is a very important stretch. You remember I showed you the other way to stretch your hamstring, right? With your leg, one leg up the wall in a corner, the other leg bent. If you have back pain, well, you can straighten it out, but generally it's a good idea to keep it bent. Just lay there for 5 minutes. Great hamstring stretch. And you change sides, of course. Release and come back up. Change sides, left leg straight forward, right knee bent, supported however it needs to be. Stretch over your left leg. Hold it. That was, and I've mentioned this numerous times as well, but part of my back pain was tight hamstrings, and I can be adjusted chiropractically and I would feel great, but those tight muscles would pull me right back out. And considering I have scoliosis, one side was stretched more and the other side was tighter more, I had to change my muscles to relieve my back pain. Supporting on some areas, supporting better in other areas, releasing the tightness and the tension, increasing the flexibility. I was not flexible. I was extremely tight. And release, left leg out to the left. Stretch over your right foot. Stretching the left inner thigh. Hold it. Even as a kid, I mean, they say, oh, look how flexible the kids are. Well, that isn't the case with all kids. I couldn't even begin to touch my ankles in a forward bend. Maybe my shins, maybe. Or like my knees. Slowly back up. Side stretch to the left. Hold the stretch. Slowly back up, lean over to the right, pull your left heel in, knee away, wherever you're doing it. Hold the stretch. Feel a stretch in your quadricep. Come slowly back up, lie on your back with your strap. Necktie in most cases, and I think I still have a lot of neckties left if anybody doesn't have any, but I think you can get them for $1 or less at Helping Hands and probably Samaritan Shop. Start with both knees bent, put the strap around the ball of the right foot, not the arch, not the heel, but the ball of the foot, so you can pull that down a little bit to stretch your calf a little bit better. Stretch it straight up, and then gradually and slowly, if you want to, straighten your left leg out until you feel a stretch, mostly in your hip flexors in there. It may still be slightly bent. If it's okay, you can straighten it out all the way, but if you have back pain, you might want to keep that left knee slightly bent to keep your back flat as you stretch the right leg and hold it. Now take that leg slowly out to the right. You can release the pull a little bit. Take it out to the right. Keep your left buttock down. This isn't what you do. You don't lift up. You're not getting the stretch that way. Stay flat and just take it out to wherever it can go without any sharp pains, where you feel the challenging stretch on your inner thigh. You can even let it rest on the floor down closer to the other leg and kind of slide it up a little bit. It won't go as far that way, but it's a different stretch, maybe the kind you need. The left buttock stays down. Hold the stretch. If I can get my stopwatch to go. I hope this music and everything has worked. I haven't got any calls or messages. So just, if you can, let me know if it was too loud, too soft, if my voice came through okay. And then let me know about the camera quality as well, because this is a different camera and I can get a different, it's just a little webcam. I can get a different one of those if this one doesn't work. Okay, bring your leg back up. And I usually bend my knee, opposite knee, shift my hips. The right leg is up, so I shift my hips to the right. And then I get my leg out of the way and take this leg across, and I shift again. And I turn my whole torso a little bit to the right. I don't try to pull it down with my arm pulling on the shoulder. That's not a good idea. You can rest your right arm on a block. If it doesn't rest on the floor comfortably, Or just let it rest on your side, but don't pull it down from the shoulder with your arm. That's not good on the shoulder. If you have any questions about any of this or any of my cues, like what did you really mean by that, make notes and email me. I'd be happy to address them and show you pictures or other ways that might make it clearer. Bring your right leg slowly back up, lower down to the mat. Release the tie or the strap and put the strap around the bottom of the left foot slowly. Go into the stretch. Always move into any stretch slowly. Lift your leg up. If you want, you can straighten out your right leg onto the mat, sliding it out. Keep it slightly bent if it feels better on your back. Hold the stretch. I'm going to just make it. Actually, not quite. Slowly take your left leg out to the left. Right buttock stays down just as much as if you were laying flat on your back. Stretching your inner thigh. I'm getting my stuff organized here because I have to scoot right after class. Since I'm not going to scoot in these clothes. Slowly up and across, please. You need to get ready. Looks like the sun's trying to come out. That would be good. And bring your leg back up. Across. Lift your hips to the left. Slowly back up. Release. Take some time to hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Take some time to just lie there with your arms by your side, letting your body integrate the changes that have occurred in your practice. I'll see some of you Saturday. Sat Nam and Namaste.